My 19F boyfriend, 22M, is upset with me working as a shot girl. We have been together for about 9 months now, and I've been working as a shot girl for about 3 months in a popular nightclub in a large UK city. My job is basically to walk around the venue wearing quite skimpy clothes to sell shots to inebriated clubbers. As you can imagine, most shot girls sell almost exclusively to men. When I first told him about starting the job, he was extremely despondent and likened it to stripping. I have made it clear that I have never been and never will be interested in any of the men at my job. Since then, he's claimed to have gotten over it, but still makes disparaging comments towards me and my job. I'm a first-year uni student, so any jobs that aren't minimum wage are practically impossible to come by, and this job pays the best out of what I can get. I want to stay in this relationship, and I don't want him to keep seeing me as dirty and disloyal, but I also need a job grimacing face. Would you continue working and try to work things out, or quit the job and seek out one that doesn't cause so much tension? To put it bluntly, you probably can't have both. If this is paying your bills, you're only 19, and this wasn't likely to be your last relationship anyway, so keep the job. Keep the job. He's not paying your bills. Never give up a good-paying job for a man, especially in this economy. 32F, discovered my boyfriend, 36M, is married and expecting a child. Use this space to remind me to stay away, please. I, 32F, genuinely thought I was skeptical and good at catching lies, but after months in a relationship I found out the man, 36M, I was seeing is married, he claims separated, and expecting a child. I didn't find out because he came clean. I found out through a public post for an event for the baby. All this time we had said we loved each other and talked about a future. In hindsight, I never actually got to consent to an honest relationship or a real possibility. He insists his wife is out of the picture, doesn't live in the same state even. He's been absent from her pregnancy all this time apparently. Meanwhile, she has no idea he's been in a full-blown relationship while pregnant. He says he doesn't know how things will play out once the baby arrive, but wants to keep talking to me. I've replayed every interaction and honestly, there were no obvious red flags. That's the part messing with my head the most. I know I need to walk away and stay away, but I keep wavering. Posting here for accountability and perspective. Vent, be blunt, roast me if you want. Hold me accountable because I just don't want to go back there anymore. Here's your life if you go back. To him, he continues to cheat on you and her. You get pregnant, he vanishes for a third woman. The cycle repeats. Honestly, you need major therapy if you are even considering this. If you want to make sure you walk away, and stay away, tell his wife what her husband has been doing. He will be too busy dealing with an angry, pregnant wife to have time for you. By the way, I'm sure he has been lying to both of you. You are in love with a person who doesn't exist. He lied about everything. My MIL 65 female feels entitled to me, 34 female, and my husband 34 male. Money, how do I decline her request politely? My and my husband both have good jobs, and we are financially cautious in terms of saving and spending. We recently saved enough for a down payment of a vacation house because our current house is relatively small and hope the second house has enough room to store our boat. When I told my parents about our planning, they offered to send us some cash to help pay for the house. On the other hand, his mom keeps pressing us to consider buying one vacation house closer to her city, which is 6-hour drive away from us and not close to any major airport. We told her it's not practical for us to use considering the distance, but she keeps saying we can do STR and she will help as the property manager. She mentioned this idea so many times that we both get tired of it. We paid for Airbnb and restaurant for past family trips, including in-laws. Now they already start planning for spring break trip and expect us to pay as well, which I don't mind, but thinking her other kids don't even visit during Christmas says everything. Your husband needs to tell her to stop bringing it up. You don't have to be polite or nice or anything else. Say no and start hanging up the phone or walking away. You don't need to be polite, but where is your husband in all of this? Also, why are you paying for everything? You're being taken advantage of. Your husband is the one who needs to address this with her. It's his mother. Don't let him push this on you and let you be the bad guy. I, 23F, am falling out of love with my partner, 23M, after he moved in with me. I, 23F, have been with my partner, Vince, 23M, for 4 years. Last year I moved to a bigger city for a work opportunity. We did long distance for about a year, and he moved to my city 4 months ago and started a new job so we could live together. Since he moved, I've realized I've been falling out of love with him. Over time, there have been ongoing issues that never fully resolved, lack of consistent effort in the relationship, not standing up for me when his friends made racist or misogynistic comments, and ongoing struggles with sharing household responsibilities. After arguments, he would apologize and promise to improve, but the same patterns kept repeating. Living alone for a year gave me clarity about how much easier and happier my life felt. Since moving in together, we've been bickering almost daily. I feel more like I'm managing or parenting rather than being in an equal partnership, and it's led to a lot of resentment. I went to fold what I thought were dry clothes, only to find the clothes at the bottom of the basket still soaking wet. It sounds minor, but it made me realize how exhausted and frustrated I feel about repeatedly having to redo basic tasks. Recently, I cleaned the entire house and asked him to vacuum and do the laundry. I ended up vacuuming again because there was visible dust and the laundry hadn't been done properly. Moments like this keep reinforcing the same feelings. What complicates everything is the guilt. He uprooted his life, moved cities, and started a new job to be with me. I care about him and feel awful even thinking about ending the relationship after that. At the same time, I can feel myself emotionally checking out more each day, and staying out of guilt doesn't feel sustainable or fair. I'll also acknowledge that this has affected how I communicate. Our last argument ended with me saying hurtful things out of anger. I apologized and know that behavior isn't acceptable, which has made me reflect even more on how unhealthy this dynamic feels. I do still care about him, but I'm unsure whether love can come back once resentment has built up like this. For people who were in long-term relationships at a young age, how did you decide whether to keep trying or to let go? What helped you gain clarity? Any advice or perspective would be appreciated. Look at it like this. If he can uproot his entire life, move cities, and find a new job all on his own, then he can figure out how to do the laundry correctly, and he can also move again just fine. Sideline the guilt and kick the dude out. Being happier living alone is reason enough. Update: I broke up with him when he got home from work. He was upset but didn't fight it. He's just sitting downstairs drinking wine while I fight off a panic attack.